So welcome back, guys, and let's start with the Ansible course. So we have to be ready, and how we're going to talk about how to set up our labs, okay, for Ansible lab to practice at home or on your local laptop. So I'm not going to include right now on any cloud kind of services, but yes, I will create one server, and accordingly we have to do. So Ansible lab, what user need to create passwordless authentication. So this is the topic of today's Ansible lab, right? Right. So certainly, to set up passwordless authentication for SSH secure shell, you typically use SSH key pairs. So here I'm giving some, the general steps. So on the local machine where your Ansible installed, okay, so you have to create a SSH key using this command, okay. So same way we have to open our terminal. So let me explain my lab. So this is basically a remote machine, a Mac root Ansible 1. So Ansible 1 is basically up the target machine, which we're going to manage it. And SSH root, this is the IP of this machine, and I already logged in here. Okay, so this is on the remote machine where I'm going to log in, or you can say the manage this. So all the installation, and I'm going to manage this. And this this machine is for this is my MacBook basically, and I'm inside the let me check PWD where I am. So this is my Ansible folder where I'm going to use uh, where my all inventory file and everything should be managed here. So let's check Ansible hyphen version. So already guide how to install this in my previous video, how you're going to install the Ansible, right? So Ansible is installed in my machine. This is the Ansible core 2.16 config file, and everything path and everything should be written here, right? You can see it. Okay, so now first we have to create an inventory file. So let me check what is inside my. So inventory file means I have to check cat inventory, already created one. So this is my host machine, right? So now I'm going to use vi and inventory is open. Interactive mode, you have to go, and I have to change this IP because my IP is which I'm going to manage is 192.168.45.131. So 192.168.45, and I have to manage here 131. So let me change this IP address. So my host, any you can say the inventory file is ready, right? 131. I'm just taking it. So and we have to write this, okay. So using this command you can write it. So it's done. Now if I run cat inventory, it will show my IP has been changed to 128 to 131. So this is all about, right? So what next we have to use? So let's aside this machine, okay, and here, and so I'm going to use this command ssh-keygen -t rsa. So what I'm going to do, ssh hyphen keygen -t and my RSA, and I have to create it. Yes. So don't use this command. I mean, what I written here. So press enter to access the default file location and enter passphrase if you want to validate this, right? Okay, so it's going to create enter the file which you have to save by default. So I'm pushing enter. Okay. Overwrite is yes. Okay, so this is created. Now I have to copy. So I have to use this SSH copy-id username at the red hostname. Okay, so this is how you're going to check this. So what I'm going to do, SSH hyphen copy hyphen ID username. So username is my root one at the rate IP address. So IP address is 192.168.45.131. Okay. It will ask you first time the password. So I'm going to type my password here. And it's saying now try logging into the machine with SSH root and check, make sure that the only key you wanted were added, right? So now I have to log in here and come back. Okay, so SSH root 1 at the rate your IP address 192.168.45.131 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Sorry, some ID I have created wrongly. So let me Control C and go back. Okay, it's denied. So I have used a wrong user ID actually. Accidentally I typed a cap. Okay, let's try this. So this is the troubleshooting. You will face the same challenge. Okay, now it's enter the passphrase for the key. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, now you can see I got logged in this particular machine. Okay, right. So this is the same machine which I'm using. So now I'm going to back and so it's already there. Okay, so what next we have to check? Okay, the command will prompt you for the password for the remote user. Okay, so it's already done. Now on the remote server, modify SSH configuration if necessary. So open the SSH server configuration file etc ssh and ssh-d-config on the remote server. So this is what we have to do next. Okay, so we have to use etc slash ssh-d-config on the remote server. So I am here on the remote server, and what I'm going to do cd slash etc slash ssh. So remember these things, okay? Then ssh-d underscore config. Okay, that's it. On the remote server. Sudo bash or bash. So I'm on remote server, I have to use. Well, let me see what's happened here. No file or directory. So what I have to use before it, sudo nano space hyphen etc slash sh hyphen d. So I'm going to run this. Yeah, now it asks the password 1 2 3 4. Okay. So what I have to check here, this is the main part, right? What I want to show you. It's saying this is the config file basically. So we have to check the setting. Public authentication, yes. Password authentication, yes. Make sure this line exists and is set to yes. Challenge response authentication, no. Sorry. Okay. So where you can see this file, port 22, address family authentication, SSH key, host key, and let me do. Can see the file. Yes, here. So public authentication, yes. Authorize none. So that's what we have to enable, right? So wait a minute. We have to find very authentically. So public authentication is config. We have to make yes. Okay. Or let me do one thing. If you face any problem, right? Suppose you want to replace or something like that. So if you are not comfortable with nano, I will go with X. X means exit. Sorry, not here. Escape. So I'm not much familiar with this nano part. So exit means I have to press this control and X. See the modified? No. Change no. Okay, so I came out. Now again, I'm not going to use nano. I'm going to use VI. Okay, VI. and enter the same. Now I'm the right pass. Okay, so I have to press interactive mode, right? If you are comfortable with nano, you can use this. So port 22 include config file is port 22, and I have to check my authentication, the public key. So I have to make this is yes, and authorization is what else other file we have to check. Password authentication is yes, password authentication. So you can see here any password authentication. So I'm taking time little bit. Let's take time for this. Okay. So here, so challenge response authentication, no. Where is this password? Okay. You see the password authentication, yes. Authentication, yes. So we have to enable this. So this is a commented out, right? We have to make it changes. Okay. And what else we have to do? We have to check public authentication, public or pub key authentication, right? So we have to find out who is the pub key authentication. This one, right? Enabled it. So this got enabled. Okay. And what the other one? Other one is make sure this line exit and it is set to yes. Hash make sure. Okay. Challenge response authentication. No. Challenge authentication. So let me check where is this file. First cases login permit ABC. Change yes to trust, ignore. Change to yes, enable. Okay. I don't know what it is. Client allow interval. All right. So I'm not able to find this third part. It's also going to work. Challenge response authentication, no. Challenge. Okay, so I'm just leaving it. Okay, so let's write this and check where we are. Okay, so this is what all about. I did. And next topic, we have to move. Now we have to sudo systemctl restart ssh. So this command we have to run. Okay, so what we have to command is sudo. Either you can run here, but both of the same system right now. Okay, so sudo systemctl restart ssh. Systemctl ssh sudo systemctl restart ssh. Put in the password with the password as enable. Okay, so it's started now. Same thing if I can run here. Sudo systemctl restart ssh. It's done. It's taken now. All right. Now move to the next. So now we have to check the permission. Make sure you have a proper permission on .ssh and its content. So that's what you can use it. Okay. So let's change this file. So we have to use this command on the bash. So we can set up, give this permission also. So just run these commands, both of the command, remote without using proper. This is the target basically. We have to being prompted for a password. Right? We don't need to prompt it. Otherwise, for the practice, if you are prompted, that is fine. But in the production side, we're not supposed to do this. Okay. So let's run chmod 700 and this command. Okay. So chmod 700 and tilde space tilde slash dot ssh dot ssh is taken. Okay, Next command is chmod 600. Chmod 600 and tilde space tilde slash dot ssh. But the command name is slash authorize key. Okay, enter. It's taken now. So we are good now. Okay. Now come back to the remote. So let's me type exit, and I'm back to my MacBook where my Ansible, you can say my Ansible hyphen version server installed here. Okay. So we are good. Let me make this clear and do it here. So this is the setup basically required to do this. Now we have to try this login SSH username at the rate hostname. So it should not ask the password. Okay. So we're going to do SSH simply. Let's ask for the password again. So it should not ask generally. Okay. Exit. So some of option I have not enabled, I guess. That's why it's coming. So let me try again. Let me go to the root server again. And password and try this one. And I have to enable something. Password authentication should be yes. That should not be no. Permitted password. So this is what you have to change. Okay. What happened if I put this? Let me go to the slide. Back this. What it's saying. Pub key authentication, yes. Okay, ensure the following settings are configured. Save the changes and start the service. Pub key authentication, yes. Pub key authentication should be password authentication. Okay, I made this password authentication. It should be no. Okay, I commented out. I have to wrongly change this. Okay, I do pub key authentication. Yes, this is already done, right? And password authentication should be yes. Password authentication. Password authentication should be yes. Make sure this line exit and it is set to yes. How can it possible? Okay, leave this. Okay, let me write this. Let's see what happened. Exit. Sorry, I have to restart the services also. Okay. So I have to restart the services. This command. Okay. And move exit. Now try the command. Again asking. That is fine. So it's fine. I mean, you are comfortable, or I mean, little bit you have to change this file, then you can do this. Okay. Well, okay, so I don't know. I have to check this on this and update it. Okay, make sure the line exit and is 2 years. So password authentication update. Basically, this is the process we have to use. Okay. Now moving to the next, and we did this and authorize key. I don't know it's copied or not. So this is the command basically we're going to use to copy our SSH key from whatever the RSA we are created to the remote server, right? So I'm using password authentication, so we not do any mistake, right? So let me go to the next and what we have to do. So we given the permission already, and let's try to log into that particular server from here. So let me exit and try this server again. And okay, that's ask, that and ask. That's fine. Okay, so now I'm on the server computers, but I am on the right now I'm on my Ansible server. So this is my Ansible server, and this Ansible one I'm going to manage. So this is from remote side. Okay, so let's now okay, so this is what is all about. You have to you know you have to check and how to set up the lab. Okay, same way you can manage many machines. Now I'm trying to ping this server with my inventory file. So for that, uh, so for this, after this, I have added a successfully my host machine, okay, to the SSH key, right? So, so let me check, okay, it's working or not. So I have created new SSH key. You just create this using this SSH keygen -trsa -v09, and let me run this command. I'll start creating. So don't put anything. Sorry, let me type again. No, y, and enter empty phrase, no passphrase, no passphrase. Okay. Now I have to use copy command. Okay. So this is the copy command I'm going to use to copy my passwordless authentication. Yes. Let's prompt for the password 1234. I just press. It's done. Now I have to try the connection, right? So for the connection, and it will not prompt for the password now. Okay. So this is done. So this is what you have to use for the passwordless authentication. Now we have to test. Let me exit from this machine. This is the remote machine, okay? And come back here and try to run uh, command inventory file. So this is my Ansible or -i inventory file. I have already an inventory in it there, and I have to ping. It's success or not? It must be success, right? So it's not unreachable right now. So I have to fix this problem first. So you have to use this command, so after that you're able to ping it. So previously I set up passwordless authentication, and now I'm going to use this command, command C, to ping my target server. So once you get this, so a little bit you have to do R&D because I'm using MacBook. So MacBook is sometimes you have to pass some parameters and all. So you see this, I'm able to ping it. So my this machine, I mean the Ansible host, Ansible control machine. This is the Ansible control machine, right? And this is my host machine where Ansible hyphen version Ansible is not installed. So what it says, Ansible is not installed. Okay. So in my host file, I'm going to manage this, right? So if I ping the command using this, I pass this parameter to using the ad hoc. So this is the ad hoc command, guys, and I'm able to ping it now. Okay, so this is how you going to set up your lab. Little bit you need to do R&D on how you set up your Ansible SSH and key. Use also help from the chat GPT, how you using the commands. So depend upon your operating system, accordingly you have to set it up all. Okay. All right, guys. So this is what in this video. Next, we will talk about the next chapter. Okay. Thanks. Have a nice day.